Hello, hello, hello. Hi, how are you? Hello, hello. This is Sena, your resident DIY. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Oh boy. Oh boy. Do you like my deep dive tonight? Do bears eat humans? Good morning. Oh no. Is this base cannibal story or rabbit cannibal story? We're covering a few things. I don't know. Cannibals are pretty interesting. I am a white woman. I enjoy true crime. I enjoy the macabre. As my heritage enforces that I enjoy. I played Forest a lot. I know cannibalism like the back of my hand. I know, actually, I know all about cannibals. Actually. Is this a war stream? Do you want it to be a war stream? Oh, let me... So, the cold has developed into, a smoker's cough. Are you a cannibal, Sena? No further questions. What about white-collar crime? I don't give a shit what rich people are doing. Rich people do rich people shit. They're rich. I don't give a shit. Fuck them. That should be my money. Is this where you jokingly reveal yourself to be a serial killer, but you're actually 110% honest? Would it be cannibalism to eat Sena or just enjoying some baked goods? A cinnamon roll bear. I mean, sneak peek of hag voice, Sena. Is that what that is? Is this what you think a hag sounds like? I know someone who would mention vor. You know, I almost mentioned it in the title. I was thinking about the title, and you know, there was, I don't know, there was a couple of things that I thought could make a good title, and I'm not gonna go into what. Yeah. Oh gosh. Don't dead open inside, Sena. What? Nani? Don't look at me like that. Chat, don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Just gobble up chat. Like, what if I just move? Hold on, I think I make it work. No, I can't. Hold on. Yes, I can. I can do this. Oh no, then she literally ate chat. Huh? Bruh, not gonna lie, it's kind of retarded. Okay, anyway. What's on the menu for tonight? Agenda, brief overview, groups, because there's groups of cannibals. A group almost made the list, and then upon further research, I learned that it wasn't real, that they're not actually cannibals, they're just weird. So fucking annoying. I mean, I guess that's good. And then Solo, yeah, my true and honest reaction. Yeah, I'm sure. Just like, what? This is so, what the fuck? I hate you. It's okay. It's okay. I'm right there with you. Is Sena starting her cannibal arc? No. It's just fun to do these kind of deep dives, I think. You know, kind of like, boom, and done. And then of course Solo. The criteria for the stream tonight is that none of it is accidental. Okay, none of it's accidental, like, I had to survive, I had to do this. Oh, Foxy Roxy, member for 4 months, thanks! But, like, I'm not including that, because it's just not as interesting. It's just fucking sad. I don't want to hear that. Oh god, I won't be on here then. Oh yeah, oh god, wait, what? Chody? Hoping for a Reddit CEO Campbell mention. Ah. No. I also, for the like highlight reel, I didn't put anything too like infamous, because like that's already been covered, you know? Like I want to tell you about some shit you never heard of, or some shit like you didn't realize, you know? Although, you know, that being said, some of this stuff is pretty surface level, so take the good with the bad. It's cannibals. It's not good. If you don't want to eat, you shouldn't look like a snack, Sena. Wow, you got me. Shucks, I'm blushing. Alright. Overview. Sorry. Oh, I feel like so bad when I like make human bodily noises on stream, just like sipping water, coughing, sucking snot. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry that I'm human, you guys. So disgusting. Apparently chain smokers taste funny. You know, I mean, certain beef tastes better with what they're fed. That makes sense. I will say, I think it is a morbid curiosity of most people to be like, I wonder what it tastes like, you know? But I feel like if I was ever presented with the opportunity, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. That's kind of weird. That's fucking weird. I don't like it. Gee, I hope so. Sin is a human? No. I have never wondered what humans taste like. You're an NPC! You're a fucking Oh. I'm not wrong. You are. Oh, you can't see any of this stall. Oh, I almost screamed. The scream I almost scrumped. Move all together, thank you. Okay, purposeful cannibalism, okay? I've broken it down into 3 things. Purposeful, ritual, which is still kind of evil, and then survival, which, yeah. So there's purposeful, which is through sacrifice, which, I know, that's a ritual. It's evil, okay? They kill people to eat them. It's purposeful, alright? Or murder with the intent to consume. And then ritual, which usually consists of eating those who have already died, but that's still really fucking weird. And we'll get into that. Or survival, which is the only sad one. Bacon is human flavored. Boar that mainly eats sticks and nuts is very gamey compared to grain fed. Well, I mean, think about deer. They're very gamey. And think about their diet and what it consists of. I know I taste good. Oh. Human tastes somewhat like pigs, honestly, don't ask. Yeah, I feel like, for the most part, that's been the reportings of cannibals, and then... Isn't it just cannibals who were like, they taste like pork? Which, I don't know. If I'm like, oh, pork's one of my favorite meats, what does that mean? What does that mean about? What the heck? Is it more sad to eat your own leg or to eat somebody else's leg out of necessity? I think it's sadder to eat somebody else's. Because it's like you're already mourning that they're gone. And now you have to make sure that their whole body doesn't, like, make it back, you know? Like, that's really sad. That's really sad. Alright, today's the anniversary of 2 major events. Killdozer. Okay. Oh. It's dozer day, dozer day, dozer day, dozer day. Take down the establishment, bulldoze your local town hall in Minecraft or Roblox. Okay. Alright. Alright. You guys can have that philosophical argument. We're gonna get right into it. Shit, now I gotta move myself. Covering. This is the only thing about presentation streams that I'm just like, oh. You can't see the model I worked hard on, and you can't see chat, and yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You can just listen to me read it to you, I guess, like a little baby. Sorry. Wow. Okay. So there's the Yanomami tribe. Yanomami. And they're along the Amazon rainforest. They're in the Amazon rainforest along the river, in between Venezuela and Brazil. And they make up to about 200 to 250 different villages all along. They're all native tribes living very natively. Yeah, I don't know, like, you know, war paint, still going to civil war and killing each other. You know, like, what you would expect, I guess? How do you tiptoe wording this? Shit, okay. And cannibalism is the ritualistic cannibalization of one's already dead family or tribe member. Okay? They don't actually kill these people to eat them, they just die. Or are killed as warriors in Civil War. Return to tradition. Yeah, they're very traditional. Very hunter-gatherer. Very boonga boonga. They do not believe death is natural. So this particular group of people, the Yanomami, do not believe death is natural, which is a little slow. But they do not believe that death is natural. They think that death is the cause of other tribes cursing the member to death. So death is a curse from other people, and it's not natural. And because they do not believe, also the anniversary of a certain event in where? I don't know that place. Gun to my head. But they don't believe death is natural. I'm derailed. Oops. Because of this, they have hyper-specific, this is why you write things down, a hyper-specific ritual to perform when someone dies. So basically, they're like, you're not supposed to die, death is not natural, so now we have to do all this hubbubaloo to make sure that you end up somewhere good. Anyway, good soup. They cremate. So this is real. Whenever somebody dies in their tribe, they take the body, and instead of burying it and waiting like years for it to decompose, they take the body, they wrap it in some leaves, and they leave it in the forest to then be decomposed by nature much, much more rapidly, exposed to the elements, like between 30 to 45 days. Then they return for it and grab the bones and burn it in a cremation process, ground up to ash, mix it into this really funky soup of fermented bananas and bone, and then every single person in the village has to partake of eating from this soup, or the ritual has failed, and they will eat that. And then the whole idea is that they now are carrying that person with them. And they believe that in doing this, they are providing the deceased spirits a vessel to live on through. And another caveat to this is there's local birds in the area. Certain species they will not kill ritualistically. They will avoid them because they believe them to be gods or people who have taken over with their spirit. Yeah. Hubbubaloo. Yeah. It's a lot of hubbubaloo. Spooky. It is a little spooky. Yeah. Yeah. And then they have a pretty, like, hyper, like, specific mourning process for the people who die in battle and their bodies cannot be returned. They believe that their spirit is now stuck in a realm where they cannot be free and they're like in eternal torment. Tough. They live inside them for about 4 to 5 hours. Yeah. I wonder what the soup tastes like. You know what? I wonder too, but fermented banana soup, they probably live in them for about 10 minutes. I just feel like that would really run through you. Anyways, next group. Alright. Well, this is the case of mellified men. Now, this is not to be confused with Buddhist monks who would also do something similar of mummifying themselves. This is a different process that is still primarily a, you know, Eastern Asian medical practice, okay? And technically, it's not practiced anymore. X to doubt. So this is a human confection. I'll let you think about that. What that confection. Cadavers were embalmed in honey and sold for medicinal, quote-unquote, medicinal use. Sometimes it was through sacrifice. So this practice involved getting a cadaver donor body and embalming them in honey, and then selling jars of that honey and embalmed people as like a sticky candy to be consumed as a medicinal thing. But sometimes, and more often than not, it was a sacrifice that a person within that community would consistently eat only honey towards their death until they were sweating and shitting honey. Like, they just became honey. And then they would take the bodies and put them in a stone vat covered to the brim with honey. And then as they mummified, they would remove the body and break it down into jars to then be sold on the black market at a seriously high price. And it was advertised as a cure-all that could heal even broken limbs. Yeah. A very sad tire? Yes. Yep. Shitting honey, yeah. Until, yeah. Shortly, the donor's feces and even sweat would consist of honey, yeah. All honey until they became, you are what you eat is really the motto here. High enough to price to persuade me to do some things? Wasn't that one of the torture methods used by Sumerians or some shit? I don't know. Probably. I don't know. But yeah, they would be put in a stone coffin. The inscription would give the year and month of the burial. And then after like 100 years, the seals are removed and the confection so formed used for the treatment of wounds and fractures of the body and limbs. Only a small amount taken internally is needed for the cure. So, mummified, like over 100-year-old Sena honey. You're welcome. But yeah, some people would just like purposely sacrifice themselves for the cause. They're like, in 100 years, I might save Timmy's life. Oh. Don't say yummy. Yeah, thank you, Mumber. The only one with sense. But yeah, it's so, like, but you know, then again, people who would excavate the Egyptian pyramids would eat the mummified bodies as well. That is an actual thing. Victorian and Edwardian era white people would just pay very high prices to like, oh, I'll eat her finger, you know, like, yeah. the thought process just isn't there for me, I think. Or it's just like, I will become immortal and powerful from eating someone who is dead. Like, that doesn't... Are you using your brain when you come to these conclusions? Or I'm just like, I just don't know how you get from point A to point Z and skip the whole alphabet. I just don't. Like, how? And why? Why? Just, why? It's very, like, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't fucking make sense. Okay, white people. What the hell, white people? First of all, they learned it from somewhere. Mellified men. Yeah. Blame the origin, not the followers, okay? There's something to be said about consuming certain organs to help improve the health of your own matching organs, but you can just eat animal organs like heart and stuff. Exactly. And to be perfectly honest, a lot of the organs that you eat from an animal are just high in certain minerals and like nutrients, vitamins. But like, you don't need to eat a person to do that. You can definitely just eat, you know, organ meat. Or you can be like me and accept that death is natural and I don't need to prolong it by eating gross shit. Just don't eat polar bear liver or you'll be poisoned. No, eat me. Oh. Chody, I'm gonna have to contact your therapist. It might not be, it might be worth a shot. I'll let you know. Dad, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Father, why? Stop it. You can't eat people. You can't eat people, Carl. I'm planning on living forever. So far, so good. Jason, my boy. No. I want to try eating organ meat someday. You can probably make it taste. Ow. You can probably make it tasty. Oh, I'm sorry. Ah. Sometimes when you have a bad cough and you breathe in, it just hurts. Okay. Oh, I mean, you can try, I used to make grilled beef heart for my brothers. I never ate it, but they said it tasted just like steak. If you know what you're doing and you take the time to like brine it and everything, most organ meat can taste pretty normal. I just don't want to. It just sounds kind of icky. Oh, it processed like waste. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I think the only thing I've come close to is having tripe. And even then it's just chewy. Like really chewy. But yeah. Takes aged meat to a whole nother level. Yeah, seriously. The sweat and shit, honey, sounds like self-induced diabetes, and if I remember correctly, a pee test was done by back in the past to test for honey disease. If your piss was sweet, you basically had diabetes. People would test each other's pee by tasting it? What the fuck is wrong? I just can't. What the fuck? Human bodily functions in your, like, what? Why? Why? Make better choices. I haven't died yet, so statistically, I'm not going to die in the future. What would happen if we ate Sena's liver? I mean, I have a pretty clean liver. All my organs are in good health. Thank you. Jeez. Still got the lung butter. Yeah. Also, hi, Bingo. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Lung juice. Deer liver and onions is good. Steak and kidney pie is good. Pie? Ah, fuck, I am light years behind on starting my stew. Get on it. I'm surprised you don't like liver. I just don't really like organ meat. I think that's probably the one thing I'm like squeamish about. I don't know. I didn't really actually start eating fish until I was in college, and now I like to fish, so I don't know. It could easily change. I'm very wishy-washy about food. The test was by taste. Oh my lord. It's good. My science teacher brought the heart in from hunting, cooked it up in class. Bro, trust me, I'm checking for your health. No, test me, bro. I'm checking for your health. Mouth wide open. Fucking nasty. I hate people. I fucking hate people. What do you think urologists do all day? That's how you find the weed. Get a little. I know it's not true, but imagine that's just what doctors do. They just test by taste. What the fuck? Or get meat taste bitter. Yeah, well that's why you usually have to soak things in like buttermilk and whatnot. Get rid of certain things, certain flavors. Also, a lot of times if something's bitter, you can brine it. You know, like pickling it. I know a lot of people up here in my neck of the woods like to pickle deer heart, and I'm just like, I'm all set. But then again, you know, deer head in the garage maggots. So, I mean, I guess everyone has their own problem. I need a nice Chianti. Some fava beans. Yes, yeah. Organic lemonade. Why deer heart? I don't know. Because anything else that you hunt out here is gonna be foul. People don't usually hunt like small game out here. They're kind of lazy up there. A bunch of like old dudes hunting. But that sounds disgusting. Drinking piss. Just go drink Bud Light. Or some Pabst. Pabst is the true piss beer. The piss beer of Americans! Fuck! Oh. Alright, we're gonna move on to the next slide. I'm getting so derailed. Okay, Albert Fish. Now we're into the solo killers, okay? Albert Fish. He was known as the real-life boogeyman. Why? Because he killed and ate kids. Yeah, this is gonna be sad, sorry. He killed and ate children. Originally, he would solicit young, poor male prostitutes, lure them in, rape, and then murder them. And he began eating them, though, at some point. Which is really sad. Also, for the most part, a lot of his victims were below the age of 10. Yeah. Like, what a fucking horrible human being. And also, he lived till 65. Like, it took them a while to catch this motherfucker. Why? Because he was soliciting super duper young male prostitutes. You know, nobody cared about them, so of course, yeah. Fucking evil ass. So he's suspected of 5 murders. He confessed to only 3, but it could be more than 9. He was hooked on the adrenochrome diet, just like my— No! He wrote a very detailed letter explaining how he became a cannibal. I won't be reading it. It is very gruesome. If you want to look it up, you know, do whatever. People's reasonings for anything is never solid. Ever. For this kind of stuff, anyway. He was a suspect in at least 5. He confessed to 3. He once boasted that he had children in every state. And at one time, he stated the number of his victims was about 100. This is the other thing with serial killers, is they like to brag that they killed more when they didn't. It's not known whether he was referring to rapes or cannibalization in this instant, nor is it known if the statement was truthful. He was apprehended on December 13th, 1934, and put on trial for kidnapping and murder of Grace Budd. So, the only reason he got caught was because somebody actually cared about this kid. He was convicted and executed by electric chair 2 years later at the age of 65. So, yeah. he could have been doing this from, you know, 16 even, all the way till, when did he get caught? So, 63? I'm sure that was a lot. That was a lot. But yeah, most of it was sexual gratification. That was his motive for most of it. He was just fucking gross. Actual human filth. More human filth! We have Boone Helm. Now, he is known as the Kentucky Cannibal. Now, there are some instances where he ate out of survival, and some instances where he just enjoyed it. And it's unclear if his first, like, taste of human flesh was accidental and therefore led to him wanting to kill for more flesh, or not. You know, it's probably more on him to say that and be like, I'm wounded, I became addicted, you know, but yeah. Well, that's good that he got fried. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't enough, but yeah. Death isn't enough. I need to watch him swim in the eternal lake of fire. I'm sure he's there. Unironically, I'm sure he's there. Was a mountain man. So Boone Helm was a mountain man, delighting in opportunistic killing with 11 plus victims under his belt. Now, one of the instances of cannibalism was while he was traveling out west from the east to the west coast of the United States. He ended up stranded after being attacked by Indians, and they first got chased into the woods, got lost, had to kill and eat their horses, then other people were dying, and then finally, supposedly, allegedly, the last companion he was with, when he went to go find firewood or something, came back, he had killed himself. And then he decided to eat his leg to survive. Boo, that guy, yeah. Speaking of demons, I've seen my sleep paralysis demon numerous times. The last time I punched it after learning how to break free from my paralysis, and it never happened again. Huh. I've never experienced that, but I also just like pray and sing whenever I go to sleep. That way I don't have nightmares, and that usually works for me. So, Brandon, thank you for the dono. If you had an accident and a body part was amputated, would you cook up and eat your own meat? No. I don't know. Probably not. Malcolm, thank you for the dono. Can't believe you hit that hat, man. Shaking my head. Oh, he hit the hat man. I know what you mean. The hat man that stands in the corner. Don't look at me, hat man. Oh. No, don't kill yourself. You're so tasty. Unless. Opens mouth. Can't unzip for that one. Oh, brother. I know logically it's just a brain trick, but sometimes it just looks way too human shaped. That's fair. I don't know. I used to see shapes in my parents' house growing up. Like little spooky shapes every once in a while. But I don't see that now. And I assume that whatever that is attached to whatever negativity is in the house. I.e. my parents. So I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'm just gonna keep praying. That's the best that we can do, darling. We just keep praying. Would you eat your detached lizard tail? I'm not a lizard. Sweats nervously. Oh. Anyways, he was arrested. So they got him. But then his brother went and paid off all the witnesses to not confess. And they had to let him go. And then he got convicted finally after years afterwards of killing sprees in Montana. And then was finally hung to death. But yeah, he had like this really like unsettling like, okay, I'm living in the forest and I'm a mountain man now and I'm living off the land and I'm so hungry and there's a hiker. That was him. Literally, that was him though. Just like, oh, I could go and try to find real meat. Or, you know, Earl over there who wandered into the woods at the wrong moment, at the wrong place, the wrong time. Yummy, yummy! So, hung is when you have a big pee-pee. Hanged, hung. I don't care. He was hung to death by a big pee-pee. No, fine, he was hanged. Like, you know, the ending of Tarzan. Mogul Trail. The bear goose lizard will be captured on film. What's a platypus now? Bribes are a very good form of persuasion. I guess so. But it's just kind of weird to think about, isn't it? It's just a little freaking weird. He had his neck stretched. Wow. Oh no. I'm not reading that. He was hung, say so, Cinnabomba. I didn't mean it. Like, listen, I don't give a damn what his pee-pee looked like. He was an evil human being and he's dead now. Jeez Louise. Alright. My goodness. Ah! I'm all like fucking flustered. Leave me alone. Let me straight. Fuck! Okay. So, we had to bring the Russians in. Always. There's always something. That's what you need to figure people out, man. So this is Dmitry, Bakshiv, and Natalia. They were also known as the family of cannibals. What in the Sweeney Todd? Yeah. Yeah. So they have 30 plus victims. 30 they could come up with. Plus more than likely. Originally they were never suspects. There was a murder going on in the area. And they got found out. And we'll get into that. But they were never suspects. Thank you for the dono, cannibal. We're never cool unless it's Hannibal. True. Real. Factual. So, they would go around murdering people they lured in on dating sites. They would just use, you know, whatever Russian version of Bumble and Tinder and whatever. And then they would lure them back to their apartment where they would kill them and then cut off their skin, cut up the meat, and then can them. Like you would with game. They were literally using them as food source. I don't believe they ate almost any other type of meat but human meat. And there were tons and tons and tons of rumors that they were selling remains to local restaurants who did not realize that it was human bodies that they were selling because, like I said, they would cut it up into meat. Although, if you ever look up the name, if you look up this name, I will say there is a lot of images that are somewhat unsettling. I don't think they're too bad, but I'm sure you can find much worse regarding this case. Lots of jars, lots of human heads. I think they seemingly, just based off of the imagery, it seems like they collected human heads almost as trophies. But yeah. The only reason they got caught, yes, the jars, was because Dmitry lost his phone, and then a couple construction workers found it and went to look at the pictures. I think probably just to kind of find who the owner was, and instead they found pictures of him posing with dead bodies, and they were like, 911? And that's literally all how they got caught. The police took a look at the pictures and they were like, what? So, yeah. And then there's tons and tons and tons and tons of pictures of them subsequently going to their apartment and all of the fun and quirky things they found there. Yeah. Huh. The most intelligent move on his part. Not the most. Yeah, not the most. One job, Dmitry. Yeah, like, why would you not keep that on something separate that you don't take out in public? Like, Clearly they had been doing this long enough and had gotten away with it for so long that it was almost like there's no point, like whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah. And then this happened in Krasnodar Krai in the Russian Federation. I don't know if that matters. None of us know. It's a big country. There's a lot of land. Most of it's uninhabitable. But you know, I guess this is what you do. I don't even. But as the investigation had later found out, the victim of the Baksheevs was a resident. So this is the reason they got caught, was a local woman went missing and died. And she was a resident in the same town as them. Her name was Elena Vakrusheva. And the murder occurred on September 8th during a joint alcohol drinking session when a sudden quarrel began between Natalia and Elena. Natalia then told her husband to kill her rival, also actively participating in the murder herself. Elena died as a result of multiple stab wounds. Then the Baksheevs dismembered the corpse, keeping some of the remains in their home and throwing away the others in their surrounding area. Yeah. And during the investigation into the activities in the Baksheev household, fragments of a human body in saline solution, food, and frozen meat parts of unknown origin were found. In the basement of the house and the adjoining territory, the remains of deceased bodies were found and seized, while the food and frozen meat fragments were sent for examination. The criminal case was initiated with a murder charge, and then they were later charged with group murder, and then the case was referred to the First Department for investigation of special importance. So, people are gross. Humans. Gotta hate them. Natalia was convicted in 2019. The court found her guilty of incitement to murder, but not murder itself. She was sentenced to 10 years in a penal colony and 1.5 years in prison. And then in 2020, Dmitry died of untreated type 1 diabetes while in custody, which I'm kind of based. Because that's actually a hell of a way to die. Type 1 diabetes is a hell of a way to die, because usually you lose a whole bunch of weight, you're super thirsty all the time, and then your body like goes into failure. Everything fails, all your like organs fail, and then you die if it doesn't get treated. So you know what? Kind of based. Kind of based. Kind of based. Penal. She said a P word. But yeah. Oh, boo-hoo. The cannibal is slowly dying. Oh, yo, he's suffering. Yo. You know, if this had been America, people would probably be rioting in the streets about it. So sad. I fucking hate it here. Just kidding. USA! Oh. I don't think it's much better anywhere else, that's all. Word America, they wouldn't have been caught. True. True, also true. True. I mean, not necessarily now with all the modern technology. I mean, this is a very recent event. They got caught in 2017. So, you know, we're past the 2010s for this one. Which is pretty recent for a true crime to have been solved. Which is also sad. I find comfort as an American. We have more guns than people here, and more guns than the rest of the world combined. Mwah! All those guns, mine. Alright. And we're on the finale. General butt naked. As long as we can manage to keep them. Pry them from my cold dead hands. Oh boy, what a name. I see. Yeah. I remember this guy. Yeah. He's still around. He's only 50. General Butt Naked. Or Joshua Milton Bly. Alright. Let's see. I'm gonna get my water, because this one's a doozy. And technically has a happy ending? Question mark? False advertisement, he's not naked. Just type in the name, you can see it. They bleeped out his schlong, okay? That's for you to look up. I'm not putting it on here. Had a work call and I come back to butt naked. Butt naked. What a throwback. Yay, more cannibalism. Yeah, yeah. In the Mad Lad series. Okay. So he led soldiers in the first Liberian Civil War. He was as a child in a local group that believed in child sacrifice and black magic, where he was initiated as a high priest at only age 11, where he would oversee human sacrifice. A lot of times this human sacrifice was not people within their own little sect. It was people without that they saw as enemies. I digress, still very evil. He later would join with this group in the Civil War, so essentially a militia group within the Civil War. Big shocker, we're in Africa right now. Where he would then later become a warlord, still at quite a young age, and then he himself recruited, trained, and sent out child troops. Is what it is. His unit, including himself, never wore clothing except for shoes, since they were quote-unquote immune to bullets. Yup. me myself, personally, I'm just gonna go naked. Personally, dick out, buns out, suns out, buns out. Time to shoot up some people, okay? Suns out, buns out. I can't, but at work, he's still alive. Yeah, because he was a leader. A lot of times, once they become like a warlord, they usually don't go to war themselves. They just are pictured a lot. That's how a lot of that one works for African civil wars. The leaders are just there to be the figurehead at some point. I mean, it's not to say they didn't participate at one point, but not anymore? I don't know. Go out the way I came into this world, Sena. I don't want to die naked, because then someone comes in and sees you naked and dead. Like, that's so embarrassing. I also never want to die in a bathroom situation. Like, Lord, please, just take me in, like, a normal way. Make me stroke out in the middle of Walmart. Like, please do not make me go, like, oh shoot, I had to take a shit and then, like, I die on the toilet. Like, no. That is not, I deserve better. Fuck you. Like, I don't know how do I get to heaven and not look at God and be like, ha ha ha, you son of a bitch. Like, how do you not? I know you won't, but how do you not? Dang, being a warlord sounds pretty pog, very poggers. Elvis Bonbon, at least you can shit your pants. True, but I want to die super old that, like, it doesn't matter. I'm already in Depends. Yeah. I'd rather die on my toilet than in Walmart. I'd rather die in Walmart because then at least people get, like, unnerved seeing it. I want it to mess with people, okay? If I die not peacefully in my sleep, I hope it hurts someone's feelings. I hope it ruins their day. I hope it's just, like, old ass Sena just walking through the fucking produce aisle and like, oh, look at this melon. Ma'am? Oh my god, I just, no honey, I'll be home soon. I just saw an old lady die in the melon aisle. Yeah, that's what I want for myself. Sena wants to go give some kid PTSD and anxiety attacks. It'd ruin our day. I'd be old, okay? I'd have, like, great-grandchildren already. I'd be so far removed from VTubing. You guys would like be living in some sort of metaverse with like Mark fucking Zuckerberg. I'm not serious. Nah, people would just record it for internet clout now, period. Please remix it. Oh, what a lovely ballad. You know, like, make it onto a whole bop. Instead of making sure she radically changes the trajectory of some Walmart shopper's life after I watched that woman die in the middle of the melon aisle. I decided to become a neurosurgeon to figure out why people's bodies just quit. Yeah. And now I can make everyone immortal, except that lady. R.I.P. bitch. Like, you met. Alright, we're so off track. General butt naked, okay? During the war, they committed multiple sacrifices and ate their victims because, according to General Butt Naked, the devil told him it would increase his powers. He would also eat hearts, and so would the rest of his troops, and then get high on psychiatric drugs. He once traded gold and diamonds with the Mexican drug cartels for weapons and cocaine. You can't make this shit up. It gets funnier. He is now a Christian evangelist. Completely and radically changed for the cause, I guess. Potentially, I don't know the man's heart, but is, you know, radically, dramatically changed and actually focuses on rehabilitating and saving child soldiers. You know, the hearts of whom he used to eat. He got saved. I think he did. I can't speak on that though, but I think he did. I'm not gonna limit God's power. But yeah. And then he was also the first ever African warlord to denounce what he did and to testify against it. The work that he's done for the Liberian citizens and the people within his community and even outside of his community is so astounding to the people of Africa that he was fully pardoned for all of his crimes. That's one of those ones where it's just like, that's sticky. That's just a little sticky. Work smarter, not harder. Let the hearts come to you. Whoa. Deep. That's one way to win a war. Be so fucking insane the enemy fears you more than they fear losing. Yeah, that's, yeah. Well, only Jesus can get you out of that stuff. Agreed. But it's just like, I guess I just, like, I don't know. For every action, there's a reaction, you know? I almost feel like the reaction just doesn't fit. But that's just me. Maybe I just like vengeance too much. But that's actually quite interesting. Yeah, and now he's like actually like a really decent person, I guess. If someone who can eat child's hearts can become a decent person and like participates in all kinds of charity and reaching out and helping others and loving the Lord. So that's the positive note we're ending on for the night, because, you know, I know the past 3 were pretty Debbie Downers. Not that this is much better, but, you know, he at least changed his life around. Can't ever bring those kids back. But I can also say, to be fair, you know, I guess the kids would have died anyways because they were in war. The Lord forgives, but I'm not that pure. Exactly. Or I'm just like, I don't know, man. I can understand wanting to pardon him because he's setting such a good example and wanting that to become the status quo, but like, sticky situation. All fair in love, war, and eating hearts. Or something, I guess. But, Yeah. Murder. That's pretty much it. Anyone hungry? Just me? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Mogul. Yeah, I could eat. No, I'm good. No, eating right now. I'm glad some of you don't have weak stomachs. That's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good to be grown and have a strong stomach. It's how you get over life. Yeah. I got snacks, but I can't bring myself to munch right now. You don't want to be fattened up for the ritual? Thanks for the dono memorable. I've got a hunger only hands can satisfy. Oh, goodness. But yeah, I guess eating child soldiers is okay. They would die anyway, Sena. Not a bit to waste. Listen, if they're dead anyways, it almost becomes ritualistic in that nature, right? Because, like, they're not killing them to eat them in that regard. They're just killing them and then eating them. Right? It's evil either way. You know, all sin is equal. It's all evil. There's no way I can rationalize it. I will try because I am human, but, or am I? But yeah. But that's all I have for you tonight. I'm gonna get you guys set up for a raid. Please stick around for that. I think I might raid into Sena, although this is a weird raid to go into a nice, like, live gunpla. But gunpla! So, I think that's where I'll send y'all tonight. And we'll get that set up. Yeah. Thank you for coming. I hope it was educational. I hope it was fun. I hope you learned something new. Gunplay, yeah! I think that's a good one to raid into. I think. So, immersion broken. Oh no, it's so Jover! But yeah, I think I'm gonna go get a milkshake with my little brother now. And I will see you guys later. I'm still working on the bear art, you guys. I didn't forget. I have just been swamped with so much work on other stuff, but don't worry, I'm still working on it, and I will still continue to post. Hopefully we'll be done with all the prompts this week. Otherwise, keep your eyes peeled for the, Sorry. The little brother messaged me. Keep the eyes peeled for the schedule. Thank you. Gosh. Wait a second. I will be done in a minute. Oh my god. This man is fiending for his milkshake. Fiending! Alright. Got you all set. Okay. Alright, we're all set. And I will see you guys tomorrow at, I think, either 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Best Coast, East Coast, Best Coast. Alright. Bye, guys. Woo!